All right, everyone, we're back to work on the Ram. We're going to continue on with this kitchen. If you didn't watch the last video, I'll link it in the description. We installed some shelves in that upright pull-out kitchen that I have, and we still have a twisting problem. I think I might have a solution. Let me bring you over there, and let me show you what I got in mind. Okay, let's go. Okay, I think with this angle, you can fully grasp the problem that we have. Also, if you hear a bunch of wind, I apologize. I can't control that. It's windy outside. But you can see here, if you push on this corner, watch this right here. It twists. And before I really knew that this was a major problem, I took a stove and I had it on here and it was okay. And then I put a big pot of water on it and it actually leaned like this and the thing just slid off. You believe that? That's obviously extremely dangerous. To be honest with you, I don't know, even if I stabilize this, would I ever put the stove on this? Probably not. It's better on the tailgate. But I still want to be able to use this and not worry. So I want to be able to lean on it a little bit at least and work on stuff, or if I'm fixing some food or something like that. So here's my thought. This is my thought. At first I thought a leg, right? We could put a leg underneath here. But I think, and I thought about a strap across the back. I don't think the strap across the back is going to do anything. I really don't. I really don't think it's going to do anything. But here's what I'm thinking. I have about 1.5 inches here of tailgate. So why don't I take a piece of steel like this and weld it to this edge and have it just catch 1 inch of the tailgate. And then when this lowers, it hits the tailgate like that, and it's welded. I don't have to continuously weld it. I just gotta, maybe do a 1/2 inch weld, a 1/2 inch weld, a 1/2 inch weld. And that should probably be enough, and maybe even the inside. And then 2 things will happen is that I'll have everything stabilized to the tailgate, and I'll also have a little extra lip, which is nice. The only problem is going to be is getting it closed. I might have to bend this, but we'll just figure that out after we attach it. I don't think it should be too big of a deal. All right, let's cut this. We got to cut this down. This is really just a test piece, but we're going to cut this off right here, and I might want to grind some of this stuff off. We'll see. All right, let's go over to the chop saw. Okay. All right, this thing is freaking awesome. This is a DW872. If you watched my shop build video, I think I picked this up for $200 used, and I put this carbide blade on it, which damn near half what I paid for the freaking saw. Carbide blades are expensive, but they're great. The cut on this is so perfect, and very, very few sparks. If you saw that, there was just a couple of sparks. All right, I'm going to grind this down a little bit. This is a whole bunch of test welds that I did for that titanium 125. I did a video on that welder. That's what we're going to use. So I'll just take these things off. Grinding wheel. Not a cutting wheel. What is a cutting wheel? What? Cutting wheel looks like that. Grinding wheel is about 4 times thicker. Should we paint it first? We probably should. Just try and scrape this up now. Why scrape it off when we got a grinder? What do we got a can of? We got a can of something that's black, don't we? I'll let that dry. Alright, so I think what we need to do while this thing is drying is we have to hit this with a grinder. Get this thing down to bare metal so that we can weld it. Definitely want to load this thing a little bit, meaning make sure it's lifted up, because if I do it like this, then, like if it's already down and then I weld this thing on here, it's not going to work as good. What I need to do is lift it a hair. Just a hair. All right, let me get this thing set up now. Yeah, we're going to have to spray this thing again for sure. Okay. Seems all right. Definitely a lot of splatter here. Maybe I should, not that it matters too much, but maybe I should just put a piece of cardboard or something there. Yeah. Wow. Tell you what, this thing cleans up good. This thing wasn't even that expensive, if I remember correctly. It was like $200 or something. Before I clean this up and plastic this off and spray it again, because I gotta have to spray it to get it to look a lot nicer than it is. I wanted to show you what this did. Now, it didn't solve it 100%, but it is definitely better. For instance, right here, without a doubt, I'm pushing everything I got on this corner. It's not going anywhere. It can't, because it's right up against right on top of this tailgate. As we go further out, right here, it's definitely moving, but it can't go any further than this. Now, when we go all the way to the corner, this would obviously be the real test. It still flexes, but it's not like it was. It can't go anywhere past this. So it moves about 3/4 of an inch to maybe an inch, and then it stops. I do wish it didn't do this, but the only way I can get this out of here is with a leg. That's the only thing I think that's going to work, is a leg. But it's not bad. I would feel comfortable putting something up here with some weight. Let's put something up here with some weight and see what happens. Test it out. Okay. So this is not heavy at all. This just is a metal bucket with some sawdust in it. Obviously, we're not going to get any movement there. But let's add some weight to it. This is a solid steel stake. Okay, I mean, I would say there's no movement there, right? Did it move? If it moved, I didn't see it. Okay. Let's go 2. These things weigh a couple pounds each. Okay. So this would be 6. Maybe if I put it in the other way, this would be... Well, it's definitely twisted. You can see it right here. It's twisted, but it's not going anywhere else because it can't. Well, that's something. I'm a little less nervous now. I could put a stove up here and probably have it on and put a pan of water and not be too concerned. A gallon of water weighs 7 pounds or 7.5 pounds or something like that. This is more than 7 pounds for sure. This has got to be closer to double that, probably. Let's see what happens when I take it off. I mean, really, oh Jesus, this is more than 15 pounds. That's probably 20 pounds. Okay. All right, well, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Now I got a couple problems, so let me move this out of the way. All right, we got a couple problems we got to handle, totally handleable. One is that we got to clean this off. We got to respray it. We got to make this look nicer. I think I got to take this and cut a chamfer right here with a grinder. And the next thing we got to do also is that when we pick this thing up, we can't latch it anymore. So we got to notch out a spot right here. Where are my earplugs? Here they are. Okay. So we'll cut off just a little bit, just so it's not sharp. That's something. And all right, so let's clean this off. I'll tell you what, just wiping it down makes it look a lot better, but we still got to spray it, that is for sure. Just ground that down, and I welded it and ground it down and sprayed it just off camera again. And we're going to pull this plastic off. And it might need another coat, but for now I think we just got to see how it works. I'm not doing like a car paint job on this thing if it really needs to be altered. This grind hole is not very good, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. I can always take this entire thing apart again, and if I feel like it works, and then just do it again and make it neater. Yeah, still wet, but it looks actually pretty decent. We're gonna have to attach that. All right, another video we'll do probably on that. All right, kitchen. It's been a few days. Okay, this thing is all dried up, and it opens and closes no problem. I definitely had to tweak it a bunch, when I finish this. But hey, I think this needs a little, I don't know, maybe a little silicone spray. Hold on one second. Okay. Maybe right in here. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So this is good now. There's still going to be a little flex, but it's not enough that's going to matter. It only goes this much. I said in the last part when I was building this that it was like 3/4 of an inch to an inch. It's not 3/4 of an inch to an inch. It's like a 1/2 inch to maybe 3/4 of an inch. So this is good. I would not be concerned about putting a stove on this at all. No issue whatsoever on that. We put that 20-pound bucket on here. Handled it no problems. I like this lip now. This lip is actually going to help me, because even if something did slide, it's gonna hit that lip. My problem too was it bent, and if there was a lip here, it probably would have stopped it. But the water would have spilled over, but it wouldn't have slid off. I had to catch it when it slid off that stove with the pot of water on. All right, so we're good. Well, we got a lot more stuff to do in the back here, particularly this side. All right, we're gonna need to bolt this. This is a separate, in multiple videos, but we need to bolt this to the side of the truck. We need to get that thing locked down. I want to put a voltmeter here, and I also think I want to put another 100 watts of solar. The problem I have is winter time. So it's a twofold problem here. The first problem is that in the winter over here, even if you leave the truck outside, which I do a lot of the time, we have just too many overcast days. The next problem is that since it's cold and the battery has cold weather protection, which is a good thing, it won't charge. That's the way this thing works. It has hot protection and cold protection. It really needs to be the perfect temp. Nah, I wouldn't say the perfect temp, like it's a 10-degree. No, if it's below, I don't know what it is, but if it's below freezing, it will not charge at all. Which means you might say, okay, what is 100 watts extra going to do for you if it can't charge? Well, what it's going to do is that when it is available to charge, when it's warm enough, we can get 200 watts in there. So we're looking for the perfect opportunity to charge, and when we do find that opportunity, we want to put 200 watts in, not 100. That's what I'm thinking. So that's the few things I need to do, and there's a bunch of other stuff, but those are the next big things. I also have a table I'm going to install. I'll show you that in another video. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I really want to be ready for fishing season. So it's not even April yet. It's close to April, but we're not there yet. So I have fishing season for me really doesn't start till May. So we got a month. We got a month, which is enough time for sure. Okay. All right, everyone. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.